Hi, all. This is Ellen from the Aquatics Committee sharing what we did these past few weeks at our spring regional trainings. We did two different activities with students. One was a fish identification maze where students used a dichotomous key to identify fish. What I did is I printed out this PowerPoint that Andrea's going to share out, and then drew arrows and kind of set them up as cards throughout the room so that students could physically move through the maze. In order for students to do an dichotomous key, they need to understand a bit of vocabulary. So I did provide students with a couple of resources to kind of look at. So this is an example of one of those. So when we look at my dichotomous key, the first question that it's going to ask is about adipose fin. So I could look at my resource sheet here and see an adipose fin is this kind of small fleshy fin that's located towards the caudal fin. All of the fish that are in my key have at least a dorsal fin. Some may have an adipose fin kind of in addition to that dorsal fin. Another resource I provided included some of our fin shapes or our mouth shapes. So students were able to identify those properties of the fish that they might be trying to key out to help them use the key better. So if I were to set this up for students, students would first take a look at each stop. So they'd start at stop one, and then they would decide, does the fish have an adipose fin or does the fish not have an adipose fin? And then they would move to the correct station depending on the characteristics of that fish. So towards the end here, I have pictures and labels of the fish that we used this week. The second activity that we did with students was we identified macroinvertebrates and then determined their tolerance values to get a better idea of what those could tell us about water quality. One activity that you could do with your class if you didn't attend the trainings is this Critter Cube activity that's on our state website. So this has different dice that students roll to determine water quality. To identify those, I would go ahead and go to this Creek Freaks curriculum, and in that there is a key to use to identify those invertebrates. And then once those invertebrates have been identified, you can take a look at what their tolerance values might be. So if you weren't able to take a look at our actual bugs under the microscopes this week, this would be a great way to prepare students for our state envirothon and getting comfortable with identifying invertebrates.